Please help me welcome a great leader, a motivator, DTM Shamer Kamal. Stage is yours, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Club Growth Director, for this introduction and for arranging this session this evening. Fellow Toastmasters, leaders of District 79 in Saudi Arabia, and also our wonderful guests from all over the world. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Today in our session, our goal is to discuss together what can we do to be a first-class club coach. What's the requirement and what's the expectations? And I will share at the end of the session a model, international coaching model that if we followed, it will help us in being more effective club coach. Mainly, the session objective or the objective of this session is easy. Is very simple statement, is just to know the knowledge that you need to know to be a club coach of a Toastmasters club. Now we have two main aspects or two main sections for this session today. First, to introduce the club coach program, which is a new program, by the way, by Toastmasters International. It wasn't there in 2019 or 2020, but last year they introduced a club coach program, which is so efficient and so helpful for the club coach himself and for the members of the club that he is coaching. And the second section, our workshop, is the coaching model that I told you about. First of all, I would like to know from you, who is the club coach? Is it an expert from World Headquarters? Is it an expert paid a coach, life coach for the club?
Yes, Toastmasters, an experienced Toastmasters.
Of course, our club growth boss, the club growth director, she knows the answer. Is an experienced Toastmaster who coach a club to rebuild membership and restore quality to the club environment. And here it came the issue of misunderstanding the role of the club coach. Because some people, and our great leader, Toastmaster Jijo, he mentioned it clearly that the goal is to increase the membership. And that's, as a great Toastmaster, he wants to help the club. He brought his friends, join the club to help it. But maybe later on, because they are mostly dual members, they will not be interested in joining and renewing. And that's why after maybe a year, after a term, you will not find the club is surviving. And we didn't solve the problem. So maybe the definition itself, it may misguided some people, some Toastmasters, in knowing that the goal only to have members. Now, the second question, what's the club coach goal?
Achieve distinguished status.
Achieve a distinguished status. What else?
Make the club healthy.
Make the club healthy.
Make the club healthy. Okay, so the goal is, as our Division A director mentioned, is to make the club distinguished club. That's the goal stated in Toastmasters. But to reach to that goal, there is a lot of work, a lot of results will happen that will help the club members to achieve that goal. Now, to do that and to reach to being distinguished club, you as a club coach, you will go through a long process. In this process, you need to start with building a good relationship with the members and the officers. And also, you need to know what is the environment of the club, how the members meet and where do they meet and what do they do during the meeting, how the officers connect and engage the members in their meetings, and how the officers themselves are performing as a club officers. Do they know what their role is, or do they just focus on one aspect and ignoring others? Or maybe they are not even interested in the club because it's a weak club. Maybe they are only 8 members there, or maybe there are 4 or 5 members there. Maybe they didn't know. They have the interest. I know a club recently. They have the interest, they have the passion, but they don't know how to do it. So you need to know as a club coach or as a experienced Toastmaster what is the environment of the club. And then being a club coach, you will help them in setting the goals of the club. It is not required to be president distinguished club in the first year. But if you put for them, or you encourage them to put a goal of building the club to achieve distinguished 5 points only, then after 2 years you become president distinguished. This is a very acceptable, realistic goal. And also you need to guide them how to achieve the goals that they put. So there is not only that you are you are helping them to setting the goal, but there is a following up process until they achieve the goals that they put. And always, as a club coach, you are putting this enthusiasm in them, motivate them to achieve the goals, motivate them to conduct their meetings. Although that maybe sometimes there is no members attending, or they got demotivated from low number of education program or education progress, but still you as the club coach, you will need to stand on the line and keep cheering them. You are the coach of the team. If you are like a fan of the soccer game, football game, you will find the coach standing on the line, but he is always either guiding or motivating. So you are like same like that coach. Now, I need to know from you, before we can proceed, how can you benefit by being a club coach? If you did your role, what is the benefit? What are the benefits that you can gain as a person from being a club coach? Toastmaster Turki Abdullah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good evening.
Good evening.
First, as a club coach, you will learn how to be great motivator, how to motivate people. Second is to plan very well, because if you want to success, you need to plan for this club, or for this club, how to reach to the success.
So first of all, you'll be a great motivator, right?
Yes. Exactly.
As a club coach, so you will learn how to always be source of motivation for others around you, not only your club, but the people around you, right?
Yeah, even for the club who need the coach, leading them by motivation, it will be the most important key to success.
Lead by motivation. Okay. What was the second benefit that you will gain?
Planning.
Great. So you will learn how to plan.
Yes. And I mean, plan is the strategic plan, studying the situation, what's the sources you have, how to reach.
Wonderful. So it's not only planning, but a strategic plan, long-term plan. That's a great
Yes.
thing. What else we can learn from being a club coach?
How to run a club.
What else? Division A
How
director?
to run a club.
How to run a club?
Because you have reached a club where it's in very bad shape. From there, you need to pull it back to normal. So you learn everything, how to run a club in an efficient way. So then that's how you take it up.
Okay. Here I have some point against this point, how to run a club. Because as a club coach, you will not run the club. You will guide them to run the club.
Yeah, guide them. Right.
You will
But
not
you
be
come
the
to a
player who
scenario,
will score the
sometimes you
goals.
reach a scenario when nobody's running around you. So you need to take them all together and go forward.
Wonderful. That's the exact point. You need to know how to gather them and motivate them to form a team and play the game by themselves. TTM says?
You will learn your interpersonal skills here. The reason why, especially if it is a corporate club, you have to know who is the person that you can involve in the corporate, so that this club will not die, or this club will have a longevity. So it is very important that when you are coaching, you target the person, whether it's the HR manager, the CEO, the CITO. So learn how to communicate, and your patience will be tested also. because when I was a club coach, I put a time wherein every Sunday I need to meet the ExCom. Every Wednesday I need to attend the club meeting. So before the club meeting, I need to talk to the ExCom. What is our plan? How are we going to run our meeting? So those are the things that I learned when I was the club coach.
Great, great. So we have that you will improve your interpersonal skills and one of these skills that you need, you will learn how to identify the right person to talk to. And it's not only, by the way, in Toastmasters or being a club coach, but it will reflect on your personal life in knowing who is the right person to talk to. And this is a very great skill that you use in your career even. And patience. You need to be patient with the people, especially with the demotivated people or the misguided people about Toastmasters. You need to be patient with them, give them the proper time until they get on the board and play the game with Gijo. Okay, our club growth director.
Yeah, listening skill, how means listening and understanding skill from them.
Yes, one of the great skills you will learn is listening skills. And we'll speak about it, yeah, in the coming listening skills, and we can say understanding. Okay, do we have other inputs from our great leaders here? Jannah, Babu, Abdullah.
One thing I would like to
Elizabeth.
add, there's a role player VP membership. Often the club coach and VP membership will have a conflict of interest because both are going for the same target, but then they are a bit upset. So we need to take them together with you, and we are not trying to override them. We are only trying to help them. So I think he should not feel that he is useless and we are overriding him. Clarifying the role, exactly. Clarifying the role will be a valid point.
That's a great one, because you as a coach, you need to make it easy for everyone to understand each role and what's the expectations of each role. Okay, so let's proceed. That's great skills, actually. If you will be a club coach, that's great skills to get when you are doing your role properly, to be a great motivator, to know how to strategically plan for your projects, and how to guide the team, how to gather them and guide them properly, increase or develop your interpersonal skills to communicate with the people and identifying the right persons for the specific mission, and being patient, increasing your skills or improving your skills in listening, effective listening actually, and clarifying the roles and the overlapping and the gray areas in your project or in your teamwork. Great input. Let's go back to our workshop. Now, I will add on that also. It's your opportunity to improve your team building skills. We said that you gather your team, right? But when you gather your team, it's easy to gather them, but it's not easy to work and develop the team to work together to achieve the goal. So here you need to improve the skills of team building, either by you or helping others to improve the skills of being a team. The second thing, that it will expand your leadership experience based on what you just said now, and also based on your experience of dealing with different kind of people that you are not aware of, and having them accepting you as a coach is an achievement by itself. Because there are some clubs that they have the ego. It's a good ego, but from good intention coming, actually, that they have the history of the club and they have their own club. Why do we need a club coach? We know everything. But having them accepting you as a club coach is an achievement by itself. And let them understand why you are here. Increase the proficiency as a facilitator, because the club coach is not a team player, is not the player of the game, but he is the coach that make the team play properly. So here, most of the sessions that you will do as a club coach, you will be the facilitator only. You will guide them what to do. You will not do what they should do. So here is the overlapping between, as Gigi mentioned, the club coach and the VP membership. The club coach will not do the job of the VP membership, but he will guide him. He will ask questions that make the VP membership think about ideas, think about programs that can increase the membership in his club. I think it's very critical here that the club coach should understand that he will be the facilitator only. When you read more about coaching, you will know that the effective coaching is about effective questions. So if you have the right question for the team, you are guiding them in the right way, and you are doing your job as a coach in the proper way. So it's all about the questions that you will ask them. It's not about telling them what to do, because it's mentioned in the rules. They know the book, they read the book, but still they don't know what to do. Having the right question, let them think about the ideas, let them think about the possibilities, about the potential projects that they can do to help their own club. That's the way, that's what you will learn as a club coach. As we mentioned, you have to be so diplomatic with them to avoid any conflict, and also to let them understand why you are here. You are not here to be the president of the president or the president of the XCOM, the entire XCOM. So there are a lot of diplomacy skills that you will develop, and you will share your experience with them. And of course, for Toastmasters perspective, you are investing in the future of Toastmasters by rescuing a club. And at the end, when you do all the procedures, you will earn the credit of the DTM. But for me, this is the least important skill or the least thing you will learn or you will get. But all the above points and what the points that you mentioned earlier is more important than just having a DTM award. Now, we'll go for the second section, or the first section actually, which is called the program itself, the new club coach program that Toastmasters International introduced to us as Toastmasters. What is it, and how can be eligible, and what are the steps for achieving the credit of the program? First of all, it's a program allows the experienced Toastmasters, and please take care of this point here, experienced Toastmasters, to assist in rebuilding the club membership and restoring club quality. The key word here is experience. Do you know why? Babu, you unmuted your mic. Okay, you muted your mic. Because it's all about two things, two aspects: sharing experience and knowing how to deal with people. If you are a new member or a new Toastmaster for certain months, and you are asking to be a club coach, and they accepted, the district accepted you as a club coach, you still don't have the experience of running clubs, and you don't have the experience of dealing the mindsets of the club president and VP membership or VP education and others. So being expert, or you have the experience of Toastmasters, you know what to do. You have the other projects, you done some projects, you heard at least for programs and projects that help the club in building membership and improving in their club quality. And you know the mindset and how the people think as an officers. So it's very important for the district, for the divisions, for even the clubs, is not to give a club coach as a gift for people to get the credit. Because he's my friend, I will make you a club coach. It's the experience itself. Is he capable to be a club coach?
This is what is really happening now.
Yes, I know. It's not from now. But here is not about relationships. Here is not about giving gifts of credits to each other. It's about the club itself. It's about the members, the officers who are struggling to keep this club. They deserve a good service and they deserve an experienced Toastmaster to help them. And that's why this is the key word of the program, experienced Toastmasters. Okay, the program will help you at the end as a coaches to achieve if you achieve the distinguished status for the club, that you can take the credit of club coach. Plus there is a bonus. If the club achieve 20 members, this will help you to take the credit of the district role and save your time from serving as an area director or higher in the district. Now, what's the eligibility? We have two requirements, one for the club coach and one for the club itself. For the club coach, to be a paid member, of course, and not to be a member in the club in the past 6 months. And this is the new requirement. So in the past 6 months, you are not a member on the same club before. And being a member in the Toastmasters International for a year. So you didn't join from 2 months and you know about this club coach credit. So that's why you want to take it to achieve DTM in 1 year. But here they are telling you that there is a minimum duration to be a club coach is to be a member in Toastmasters for 1 year at least. And serving as a club officer. So if you are a member only and you want to save time of the district officer, but still you need to serve the club officer, because some members, to save the time and putting a target that they achieve the DTM in 1 year, they serve a club officer and at the same time they serve as club coach. So by the end of the year, they have the credit of both and they apply for DTM. Now here there is a requirement to serve already as a club officer for 1 term. 1 year, we can say. Either it's 1 annual term or two annual or 2 semi-annual terms, but still 1 year. And to complete level 2 in pathways or in the old program. I don't think any one of those old programs still surviving. Most of us retired. The old program, which is ACB or ALB. Most importantly, if you finish level 2. Now, here is the new thing. Who from you completed the club coach program? Okay, let me ask the other question. Do you know that there is a club coach program module?
No idea.
No idea. Personally, I didn't know that until 1 week passed. When I logged to my Basecamp, it popped out to my screen that there is a club coach program. And it's like 2 chapters. Each chapter have a quiz at the end, and you have to pass the quiz of the 2 chapters to be credible to achieve or to say that you achieved the club program or club coach program training module to pass it. Unfortunately, I didn't see any certificates for that. They didn't publish any certificate, but they will stated that you passed this module. And it's very exciting. It's very nice presented way. The information is there. So I encourage you to go through this module. It may take from you 30 minutes to 1 hour to finish it. Okay, for the club itself, the club should have 3 members at least and 12 at the maximum. And 1 club officer to complete the club coach program. And this is a new requirement for me, that even themselves, the club officers should go through this program. And the club should not be suspended or closed, still ongoing. And they don't have currently 2 coaches. So if you have coaches, if the club have coaches, they have to be removed first before you appoint new coaches there. Now, before we go for that, is there any question about the eligibility for the club coach or the club itself, or comment?
Yes, I have comment DTM somewhere. Yeah, regarding to the last point, do not currently have 2 coaches appointed. Who is going to remove the appointed coaches or appointed coach for the club? Like, for example, if I am applying now as a club coach in that club, but there is a previous club coach. So who is going to remove the first one?
I believe,
Because I have a lot of issue in you know.
okay, I believe that the first person who is responsible for that is the club president of the target club. He should communicate with Team I, of course, with the district to tell them that we need to change, or we want to change the club coach from X to Y. So the president. If I'm wrong, club coach director may correct me. Okay,
It is
he's
something,
thumbing
if
up.
the club wants, they can even extend the same club coaches for another 1 year, right?
You can extend it, yes.
Or you could remove, as you said.
It is continuous process actually. There is no removal or something, but no continuity. But removal is club president can do that.
So there is no request to continue. It's automatically continuing.
No,
Still
as I know, the club coaches could stay for 2 years.
Yes.
The
yeah,
club.
actually, 2 year minimum 2 year of continuity. But the problem is removal can be done by president of the club.
Okay. We have an input from Toastmaster
Thank you.
Turkey.
Assalamu alaikum. For
Assalam.
the extension, some leader they already achieved the first step. They are adding 5 new members, depend on the base, and reach to the distinguished club. They will receive the first year. They will receive the club coach certificate, but they will not get the district serving district award. So will not be distinguished Toastmaster. So they need to ensure that the club president send again the club coach are continuing their role as club coach to reach to 20 members and to get distinguished Toastmasters.
There is the misunderstanding here that yes,
Yes.
you achieve the club coach
Yes.
credit because they become distinguished, but you cannot achieve the credit of district role because they
Yes.
didn't achieve the 20 members yet.
Yes.
So it's clear. This is like a misunderstanding happens always. That's why
Yes.
the district should always clarify to the club coaches about this overlapping.
No,
Last
actually,
year I had that with the I was the mentor for 6 coaches for 3 clubs, and I asked the TMI about this point. They said no, they will get the distinguished Toastmaster. They will get DTM even if they didn't reach to 20. But at the end of the year, they said no, we didn't reach to 20. I said, but this is the
Yes.
email.
Yes, exactly.
yeah, no, actually, may I say something, sir?
Yes, sir. You are the club group
Yeah,
director.
only points are not enough for the distinguished club because points are okay, but at least minimum base plus the number net club growth. Like nowadays,
Exactly,
it is
yes.
3 members, so that is required to be a distinguished club. Then only TMI
Yes, sir.
will award you as a successful club coach.
Exactly.
Before that, whatever number you even you are achieving 10 points, but without the number required number,
Yes.
you will not achieve that.
Yes, exactly. So to summarize, to sum up all what the discussion happened here, that to achieve the credit of the club coach, first part or first phase is to be distinguished club. And being distinguished club, as everyone knows here, that's not only about points, but also to achieve the required number of members, either by net growth or by the club base, if it is 20. Okay, that's will help you in achieving the credit as a club coach only. But if you want to go for the higher level and take the credit as a district role or a district officer, that the club itself should reach 20 and above. Okay, so maybe because it's a club, struggling club, so you will start the club base with 3, for example, or 12. So to be distinguished, you just add 3 more members, 15. So having 15 make you distinguished club. But if you want a district role, then the club will not be accepted as 15. It have to go through, go towards 20 members. I feel that it's clear. If there is any question, we can handle it in the question and answer section. Let's now move. Now you are convinced and you have people around you that they are really excited to be club coach, and or you can see them that they are good material for a club coach. How to start? First of all, you need to identify the target club. Either that you know specific club, or that you can talk to the division director or area director or club group director or district director, and they know what are the clubs, or you go through the additional reports in the dashboard and there is a list of club coaches or the club that needs eligible for coaches there, and you select one club and talk to the related division director to speak about or talk to the club president that I am interested in being club coach. And then the district director should approve, and the club director, of course, they should approve the club coach assignment. And here it comes that when you meet the club president and the district director to review and sign the club coach agreement. So before that, even if you are meeting them for a month, you are not still counted as a club coach. Before the club coach agreement is unofficial coaching, but after that, the coaching counts. Now, after being a club coach, and now you are officially assigned by the district to be a coach for that club, you need to start building the foundations before you go for the model that I will tell you about. The foundations first. Observing. And take note here about this word. It's a big word, observing. So you will not go there, Mr. President, Mr. VP Education, I'm the club coach. Thank you for assigning me and signing the agreement. I will tell you the secrets of being a successful club. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 5 members from other clubs. They will join tomorrow morning. And I have a venue. Please take it so you can conduct your meetings. And I guarantee for you a successful club. Wrong. First, you have to observe how do they run. Being silent, club coach, at the beginning. Just observe the dynamics. Where do they meet and how do they run the meeting? How the officers talk to each other, attend their ex-com meetings, attend the club meetings, and observe only without interfering in their job. And through this observation process, build a good relationship and connection with the members and the club officers. Being a good servant, being a good, take roles in the club meetings. And by that, you will gain their trust. And that's the important thing before you start doing the actual work of the club coach. They have to trust you and respect you. And that will come only when they see you always present and always contributing, maybe by giving education sessions, or maybe by taking meeting roles, and maybe by bringing Toastmasters from other clubs to give education sessions or take a general evaluator or other roles or speakers. So when they see you are really an effective contributor to the club, they will trust you to be the club coach and trust what you will say later on as a coach. There is a very useful guide that will help you to identify the problems, which is called the Club Coach Troubleshooting Guide. You can just go to Toastmasters International and search for Troubleshooting Guide as 2 words or item 930TG. And this is a set of questions with, you will just you will choose the answer from the multi-answers that they have, and they are giving you some tips how to address the challenge that they are talking about. Very useful guide for the club coach. After doing that, and within the first month of being appointed, you need to submit the club coach preliminary report to the district. Now, during this time also, you need to foster the sense of ownership that you own. You are responsible of your role, that you are playing it in a responsible way, and emphasize on the teamwork. It's not only the job of the president or the VP membership or public relations or you to take the responsibility of doing everything, but it's a teamwork between the officers and you and the members themselves if there is more than 7 members. And let them know that you are there to help them. Always be there, always let them know. And that's a key word here. A lot of members, they are willing to help, but they don't show that they are there to help. They are waiting someone to call them. It's by the good intention. There is no bad intention here. But it's very important to tell them, I'm willing to help you. I'm always available to help you. Do you need anything today? Do you need any help in this meeting today? So always offer to them or show them that you are available. And encourage the other clubs, this club, to use the other clubs as models. For example, we have a striking club X, and we have in the same city, very successful club. So, Mr. President, why don't you visit that club, the successful club, and discuss how and observe how do they run the club meeting? Is it the ambience? Is it the venue? Is it the program? Is it the snacks? The snacks are delicious. That's why the people are going there and not coming to your club. Is it the meeting time? So encourage them to go to other clubs and learn from them what are the successful elements they have. But still, don't make them a copy from another club. Let them have their own identity, because if you succeeded in making them building their own identity, guests will come to them only, because they are very special in a certain way. Maybe in the mix of the membership, maybe in their time, maybe in how do they draft the program, how do they give opportunities for members. So let them build their own identity to be distinguished in other clubs. Now, how to achieve the credits of the program? First of all, at least you have to serve as 6 months as a club coach, and you should not join the club, by the way, during your appointment as a club coach, and you have to submit the forms. And there are 3 forms in the new program that you have to submit. And the coach club must achieve distinguish, as we stated. The president have to sign and email the world headquarters in writing that you fulfilled your role as a club coach. And as I mentioned earlier, if you want the higher level of credit, you need to encourage the club to achieve or to reach to 20 members. Now, the question for you. This is the club coach program. How can this program benefit you as a club coach? The new program that was set. And this question, especially for the coaches that they did the experience before this program happens. But anyone can answer, of course. Turkey, you are unmuted your mic.
Getting the team without being district director, division director, area director.
What else? I didn't, sorry, I didn't understand.
I mean, getting the DTM without crack your head with to be division director, district director, whatever.
Okay, so here is one benefit that you can take the credit. So for the first thing, you will take the credit, DL credit. Okay, what else? What's the benefit that you gain from this program?
It means how to make good networking skill.
Wonderful. So one of the things that you will build networking, build network and networking skills. What else?
You will be more like a great leader because it tests your leadership skills.
Leadership skills. Can we be more specific? What kind of leadership skills?
Okay, so here, because it tests your leadership skills, so you know how to talk to people, how to communicate to people, how to coordinate. So your leadership experience, it will be more in this program. So because you are doing a lot of coordination, a lot of communication in different types of people, like what you said, the club dynamics. So there are club that they have different, they are multicultural. So it build trust and respect. So it tests your leadership skills here.
Okay. So in summary, that you will know how to coordinate with people, with the officers or the members, and enhance your communications with them by clarifying your points, clarifying your intentions, and clarifying also the overlapping between the officers. That's all will pour to your communication skills. What else we can learn from this program?
Team building skill.
Team building skills, yes. There is one actually I liked in this program. One of the skills that you will learn if you go through this program, and it will happen at the beginning. If you notice, there is some action you will do at the beginning of the program, and based on that, you will be a club coach. What is it? Huh? Before observing. Yeah, you are
Observing.
right. Observing is one of
Observing
the
the
skills.
dynamics.
Observing, yes, is one of the skills, but there is something else. Turkey.
Problem solving?
Not, but it will be in general, yes, problem solving for the club, but there is another thing. Okay. If you noticed one of the slides, we mentioned that you have to meet the club president and the district director, and then you sign the agreement. You know what should happen in this interview, in this meeting? You should sell yourself as an eligible club coach.
Negotiation.
It's not more about negotiation, but it's about convincing them that you are eligible. You know how it
Persuade.
will be so benefit for you in your club interviews, in your personal interviews. So
Yeah.
if you know how to sell yourself, it's a great skill, a great thing to learn. Yes, Jiju.
I did that to Garajda. I convinced the team that I will support their club and ensure they get the members. So once they were convinced, only then they approved the club coach program.
Yes. Credibility. If I'm wrong in the spelling, excuse me. So showing your credibility is not only in Toastmasters, but if you go for interview, you have to show them that you are eligible to be hired as an employee there, and you paid high salary there. This thing you will learn through the process of interviewing or meeting the club president and showing them that you are really eligible for it. Okay, so let's move forward. If you have by the way, if you have new ideas or new benefits that you got, it came to your mind, please put it in your chat. It will return back benefit to the people.
Dividing the roles between the two club coaches is a very important tool because there are two club coaches assigned for a club.
Yes, so it will go back for coordination. So the coordination is a
Yeah.
good point, great point. It's not only coordination with the club, but coordination with the club coach to have agreeable plan for the club itself. Great. That's
Mostly
great.
we have two coaches, so they divide the members as well. So 4 each, or
That's if if the target is to bring members only. But this is not the job of the club coach. We agreed that this is not the club coach thing to score goals. His goal is to make the player score the goal, to guide the player to score the goal, not to score the goal by himself. So rest, please sit and rest. It's not your job to bring members. Okay. The model, and this is the last thing maybe it will take another 10 minutes. The model that I found is very useful in the coaching business. And actually, it was initiated in 1980. I forgot the name of the gentleman, Sir John something, and it's called GROW. And GROW stands, it's acronym for goal. You have to set the goals at the beginning with the team. Second, reality, to know what are the current obstacles and the situation that you are in. Where is the club standing now? What are the options that they have? What are the strength points that they have? And also what are the obstacles? So it's options and obstacles that we have in our club, and the will or the way forward, how the club can move forward. So GROW model, it's very useful and it's very successful in the business world. And if you dig in Google about it, you search in Google, you'll find a lot of websites speaking in details about this model, and you can learn it from there. Now, what I did actually, I tried to merge this model with Toastmasters language and lecture, and how we can take the benefit of this model in our Toastmasters experience. So first of all, when we say about goal or G, the goal, as a club coach, you need to help the club officers or the members to envision the coming steps. So what are the coming steps that we need to take to rescue the club that we are helping? So first of all is the vision for the members about the club that they want in the future, and help the members to develop a vision for the club and get their agreement to fulfill the club mission. So first of all, they need to know the club mission and then take their agreement. The club mission, it doesn't say that become distinguished and take 5 points. It's easy to take it. But the club mission is focusing on the members to be effective communicators and effective leaders. And to guide the club to set specific goals and smart goals, not only specific, smart goals, the goals that they have to put. So this is the first thing you need to know, you need to do, help them setting goals. How we can do that in terms on the language of Toastmasters? By the club success plan. So first of all, after you observe what they are doing, after they know what are the weaknesses through the troubleshooting guide, what are the strengths and weaknesses, you can go for the guiding them, facilitating the club success plan. Let them fill it through your facilitation. Area 2, by the way, have a successful experience in that, and they did a workshop for the 3 clubs together about the club success plan. And by the end of the workshop, it was almost done. They did really actual work, and they set some goals and they set some progress in their club success plan. All what they need now to do is just to finalize the plan based on what they learned and submit it. So if you are an area director or division director, you can help the club in doing some facilitations to let them fill the club success plan. And that's also one of the things that club coach can do. Okay, you know about the club success plan. Will not go through it, but it's always help the officers to set plans and go forward in achieving it. Now, the second thing, R, which is reality. You know, you remember when Turkey mentioned about the strategic planning? Yes, that's one of the things we'll do here. You need to know, where are you? Okay, reflecting it on Toastmasters, how we can know where are we as a club? By conducting this workshop, Moments of Truth. And one of the clubs in Division A, Toast of Comsfield, they conducted this workshop yesterday. And they went, and thanks for TTM says, she facilitated this workshop for that club. And the output, they realized where are they strong in and where are the points that they need to work on. And they will take it forward in the XCOM to take some action plans, action plans there. So if you want to know where is the club standing, let them conduct, or you can facilitate another workshop called Moments of Truth. And to identify the club strengths and challenges through this workshop. After that, and after you get out of the output of the Moments of Truth, you need maybe another further discussion, how we can emphasize on utilize the strengths that we have and how we can overcome the challenges that we have. If you don't want to do it as a coach, you can just bring another leader who can facilitate this session. Maybe with his new ideas, with his new perspective, he can add ideas to the club officers. After doing that, you go for the second report, which is the club coach progress report. And this, you will continue sending this report every 2 months to the district. Now, options, the third grow, the third letter, O. What are the options? What are the obstacles? So let's talk about the options that we have. One of the things that you can help them to enhance is the club meeting itself, about the program, about planning the meeting, how they conduct the meeting, most importantly about the planning actually. If the VP education actually knows about the club leadership handbook or no, if he doesn't know, then introduce this handbook to him. If he knows, you can just have a conversation with him about the responsibilities of VP education. Maybe he knows, but he doesn't know how to do it. And maybe it's out of his capabilities, or he thinks that it's out of his capabilities to do it. So you need to discuss with him his role and the entire leadership handbook with him. And show the club leaders how to find and use other tools. So it's not only to show them what to do, but give them the tools. Like was a workshop conducted by division A, B, N. A, B, and N. We did a workshop to show the area directors what are the tools that they have, but they don't know it, in the website, about the reports, about reading and analyzing the dashboard, knowing what's the strong club and the weak club from the dashboard itself. So these are tools. As a club coach, you can tell the people, tell the officers, these are the tools that you can use. Not only dashboard, but the website have a lot. If you talk about the PR, for example, there's a lot of flyers that they can use to publish or market their own club. And in every aspect, in every role, there are some references that they can use. The other option that we have, which is the quality clubs, how they can name them as a quality club by being a member focus perspective. Yani, what I mean here that they focus on the member, their personal goals. So they need to learn how to know the goals of the members. Before they set their club goal, they need to know what are the members' goals, to build on it the club goals. And what is the club's criteria of serving for service reflect quality and reliability, and to recommend displaying the moments of truth. Because moments of truth, if you display it always in the club, it will flash all the requirements to have a good and wonderful club environment. So what if we put it there every time? It's a one poster, and it will remind the people. And maybe you can advise them to print it on the back side of the agenda. So every time when they are reading the agenda, they look at the backside and they saw what are the aspects that their club should have to be a good quality club. One of the options, how to build membership. And here you will coordinate with the VP membership. You will let them score the goal, right? So what are the membership programs? What are the tools and what are the materials that we have in Toastmasters? And if you have something you used in your own club, you can share it with him. Like, for example, Division A last year, they went to the mall and they produced and they introduced the Toastmasters in a very exciting way to the people there. And the result was a few members joined different clubs in Division A. So you can give him new ideas how to build membership through different programs. And what are the contests that they have? Now we have 3 regular ones. You know them. The talk up, Smidley, beat the clock. But if your club have certain circumstances, like it's a corporate club, so it can go for a specific membership campaign inside the company or inside the university. So you may, by questioning and getting answers from them, you can guide them to build their own programs, not only these 3 programs which have a specific time. University, for example, will not use the Smidley Award because it's in August and September. It's still the beginning of the year. So maybe their peak is in December and January. So maybe they will have new award for them. You can introduce a new award for them as a division or as an area or as a district. That yes, we have these, but we have 79 membership campaign, something like that. And it will happen in the peak of the year, December, January. You can design and draft your award that can encourage the specific clubs in helping in building their membership. And retaining the members. Those people who are sitting there in the club, like the 3 or 12 members, because of them, you became the coach. How can you secure that they will renew their membership? 90% they may not, because it's done. The club is dying. I'm leaving. I have another club. I will join. So here you need to put with the VP membership a very smart way and let them buy the idea of continuing in this challenging club. Here, I'm not saying ideas, but this is one of the priorities as the club coach to think with the VP membership about it. Giju, you have a
Yeah,
point here.
I would suggest to the original members could be mentors for the new members.
Great
That way
idea.
they keep, so we
Yes,
can retain them as mentors, so they will feel okay, they are part of the success.
great. So utilize them as mentors, so they will continue being in the members in the club. Other ideas, by the way, if Turki, Cecil, Abdullah, Jannah, Rami, Khalid, Shikar, how can we retain the members in the challenging club? Convince them to renew. The club will still be alive. Just stay for a term, another term. How can you let them pay the $45? Yes, the CGD.
Yeah, just tell them the reality means what exactly they are going to be benefited with this one, and do something creative like just encourage them to speak something, means listen to them what exactly they need. So as club coach, we need to know that what exactly they are. So prepare for that particular thing for them. Like someone is in the field of engineering, so he need more, like this program is not for me, what I will do for humorous in my presentation or something like. Then as club coach, we need to tell them, yes, humor is a part of engaging people to make them, keep them interested in their particular field also.
So
that's
you
what
want to say here that the club coach will direct. I'm emphasizing here that he will not do the job by himself, but the officers that will direct or will encourage the VP membership to highlight the values of the membership in the club.
Yeah, yeah, my point is what exactly need of the member. So just try to know the needs and then focus on that and create a program
Yeah.
in that interest.
Wonderful point. So know the needs of the existing members and fulfill it through the club activities. Great point, DTM Shikar. Okay, we'll take the division S director, Toastmaster Abdullah.
Thank you. DTM Shikar said what I am going to say, but I will say something else. He can do some special event like table topic, like do workshops that will benefit the people. So they are feeling that they are connected. There is benefit for us in this club.
Wonderful point. So let them feel connected to the club. Wonderful point. With different activities, but the purpose is let them feel connected with activities, with being mentors, with knowing their needs and fulfilling it. Yes, that's the key word. Thank you, Toastmaster Abdullah, for this wonderful input. Toastmaster Cecil.
I just want to share my experience when I was the Division A director, that I did a campaign. I called it 3 R's when I was the division director. So the first R is remind. So I reminded all my area directors for them to remind the clubs to renew the second renewals before March 21, 2000, let's say 2000. And then renew. So the second R is renew 7 club before, again, my target is March, because I want to work mostly on that educational program and other things for the club and areas. And then the last R is, of course, whoever the clubs will renew the 7 clubs before March, before my deadline, will get a reward. So my third R is reward. And
what is the first? Sorry, what is the first one?
First one is remind. Remind all the clubs of Division A to renew before March. I have a goal, I have a target. And then renew 7
Okay.
clubs, first 7 clubs, and then reward. That's
Okay.
all.
Can you share why did you specifically said 7 clubs?
I did 7 clubs because I have 15.
Because you had 15 clubs at that time, so the
I
required to be
need
president
like
distinguished
50%.
division.
Yeah, 50% of my club should be
Wonderful.
distinct.
So you selected the number based on what do you need to achieve. It's not only like you like number 7.
Yeah.
Okay. Wonderful. Thank you, Toastmaster Sahel. Toastmaster Khalid.
Assalamu alaikum, DTM Samer.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Yes, a good observation that the majority of the new Toastmaster who joined, they didn't know how to read, unfortunately, the website, the statistics, whatever numbers there, they just look at it and then they just stare at the screen. So if it's possible, if there are any awareness session that how we can read or deal with the website, the website, that what is the goal, what is that. So I appreciate that.
Thank you, Toastmaster Khalid. So here we say that you need to conduct some education sessions to fill the gap or fill the needs or satisfy the needs of those members to continue joining there. And back to the options, which we are talking about the growth, the options we have is the recognitions, as Toastmaster said mentioned, rewarding. So find the ways to recognize not only the members, but officers. So as a club coach, here you need to think about it in a different mindset, maybe as an area director, to recognize the club president if he achieves something, or VP education, VP membership, etc. Recognizing them and recognizing the members. You can also encourage them to post the membership progress chart at every meeting. So this will build this competitive environment and people will compete with each other to progress in their educational path. And guide them if they can to the VPPR to publish the achievements in their social media. And of course, maybe they don't have social media. So guide them how to create social media and in which platforms. So for example, if you're coming from a club that they have an active Facebook group, but you are going to coach a club that's more likely their target audience is not in Facebook. They are in Twitter. They are in Instagram. So it's not wise enough. It's not wise to say or to tell them, please open a Facebook page, because it will not help them. That's why observation is number 1, question number 2, and based on that, you will know that the target audience is not in Facebook, is in Twitter. And then you can advise them, okay, don't open in Facebook, open in Twitter. Be active in Twitter. It will help you in attracting people. And then you can advise them to publish about recognitions, about achievements of the members there. And the last thing in the grow model is way forward, or the will, how they will be willing to continue the success. It's not only that you will achieve the distinguished status, then will leave them and they will die the next year, but how you can let them build their plan or follow up with their plan and track the progress. Here it comes, you as a club coach, keep continuing tracking the progress of the goals and the plan that you help them in building at the beginning, even if you take the credit. But seeing them being distinguished and achieving 20 members and being successful, it's a matter of proud. Exactly like what Toastmaster Jeju is doing now. Because he achieved the credit of being club coach, but he continued. Now he joined the club, he became VP membership, and his club is now one of the attractive clubs in Riyadh. Whenever anyone is asking us for a club in the weekend, his club is one of the selected clubs. That's why he cannot now count how many members he have. So here you need to continue and build the will of them to continue in the success that you build it with them. So as I said, dear leaders, the effective coach really depends on the questions and how effective it is that he will ask for the club officers, to the club officers. So effective coaches ask really powerful questions. And there is a lot of materials in the websites and workshops in LinkedIn or what is the other one? Vanity, Udemy, and Coursera. There is a lot of workshops about coaching, and there is a lot of resources on how to ask questions. So I can send you some resources here, references that I read a lot about it, and it will help you, and it will help your club coaches to build or to know how to ask questions. Very useful one. And by that, I conclude my workshop by saying that the club coach is a wonderful tool in Toastmasters for any leader, any member to build unique skills in listening, observation, reading people, knowing how to deal with difficult people, not encouraging them to set plans, facilitation skills, and how to build his own credibility as a club coach is very important, and how to set the barriers or the barriers between being a coach and being an officer. Don't go and play the game. Teach them how to play the game. Thank you, dear leaders. Back to our club growth director, and it's open for questions now, facilitated by our club growth director.
Thank you so much, sir, for presenting us this wonderful workshop. This is really amazing that we came to know that what exactly we need to do as club coach and what are our responsibilities. So I'm thankful to all participants here